2025, more than ever before, the world is loud. Everyone wants to show what they're doing, to prove something, to announce their goals before they've even started. Power doesn't come from noise. Power comes from silence, from stillness, from that deep space inside you where real growth happens. The strongest people I know aren't shouting about their next move. They're quietly building, they're learning, growing, and becoming something greater while everyone else is talking. You have to understand that silence is not weakness. Silence is your weapon. When you stop wasting energy explaining yourself to people who don't even understand your vision, energy, and put it back into yourself. Every time you justify your dreams, every time you try to make someone else see what only you can see, you lose power. 25 is the year you stop explaining and start executing. It's the year you stop performing for the world and start performing for your purpose. There's something sacred about focus. When you decide to focus on yourself, you're telling the world that your energy matters. You're saying, my time is too valuable to waste on noise. Distraction is the enemy of destiny. The more you focus on what others are doing, the less progress you make on your own path. But when you silence the outside world and look inward, that's when you unlock your real strength. You start seeing clearly. You start feeling your own rhythm again. You stop comparing, you stop chasing, and you start becoming. So many people spend their lives trying to prove themselves instead of improving themselves. Truly focus on yourself. You start moving differently. You stop needing validation. You stop needing to be seen. You realize that your life doesn't need to be on display for it to have value. No one sees those early mornings, those late nights, those silent sacrifices. That's where your transformation is born. You don't need applause for your progress. Alignment with your purpose. When you focus on yourself, you start understanding who you are at your core. You learn what drives you, what triggers you, what holds you back. You start replacing excuses with execution. You start setting boundaries and protecting your energy. You realize that not everyone deserves access to your mind, your peace, your attention. The truth is, not everyone who claps for you, cheering for some people only celebrate when you're below them. So staying silent protects your peace. It keeps your intentions pure. It allows you to build without interference. People will notice when your energy changes. They'll say you've changed. They'll say you've changed. They might even say you've become cold. But don't let that shake you. Growth will always be misunderstood by those who refuse to evolve. You're not cold. You're focused. You're not distant. You're protecting your vision. You're not arrogant. You're aligned. Let them talk. Let them guess. While they're busy gossiping, you'll be busy growing. Everything meaningful in life grows in silence. A seed grows in darkness before it reaches the sun. Muscles grow in the quiet pain of repetition. Confidence grows in the moments no one sees when you keep going despite every doubt. Beauty of silence. It's not empty. It's full of power and silence. You meet yourself. You hear your inner voice again. You remember why you started. In 2025, make silence your strategy. Don't tell everyone your next move. Don't announce every plan. Don't seek approval. Just move. Just work. Just build. The world doesn't need to know what you're doing. It needs to feel the impact when you're done. Let your actions speak so loudly that you don't have to say a single word. People respect results, not reasons. Stop explaining and start showing. There's magic in discipline. There's beauty in consistency. And both of those thrive in silence. When you remove distractions, when you turn off the noise, you start hearing the sound of your own determination. You begin to trust yourself again. You start realizing that every small step forward matters. And while others are chasing attention, you're chasing mastery. The difference between those who dream and those who achieve. When you focus on yourself, you take control of your narrative. You stop letting others define who you are or what you're worth. You stop being reactive and start being intentional. You start moving with purpose instead of pressure. That's what successful people do. They build quietly until they no longer have to introduce themselves. They understand that the process is private, but the results are public. Remember this, you don't need to post your progress to prove your growth. You don't need to explain your silence to those who haven't earned the right to hear your thoughts. You don't need to convince anyone of your worth. In private will one day speak so loudly that it will echo through every doubt you've ever faced. In silence, you build strength. In focus, you build direction. And in discipline, you build destiny. You choose to stay consistent even when no one's watching. You're writing your comeback story. Every moment you stay silent instead of reacting, you're conserving your energy for creation, not confrontation. And every second you spend improving yourself instead of impressing others is a step toward your breakthrough. So stop trying to be understood by people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Stop letting opinions distract you from your mission. The noise will fade, the doubts will fade, the critics will fade, but your growth will remain. Focus on yourself. Stay silent, protect your energy, build quietly, rise slowly, and let your success make all the noise in the world. The ability to take your mind, your emotions, your energy, and direct them toward one meaningful goal. That's what separates the extraordinary from the ordinary. Most people in today's world are not failing because they lack talent or opportunity. They're failing because they're scattered. Their minds are divided. Their attention is hijacked and their energy is being spent on things that don't matter. In 2025, the true currency is not money. What you focus on grows. Whatever you give your time and energy to will expand in your life. If you focus on fear, you get more fear. If you focus on growth, you get more growth. The quality of your life is the quality of where you place your focus. You have to become intentional about where your mind goes. Every scroll, every distraction, every negative conversation, every ounce of gossip steals a piece of your power. The world has trained you to react, to compare, to seek validation. But real power comes when you step out of that cycle and reclaim control of your attention. When you focus on yourself, on your mission, on your discipline, you start to feel alive again. You start moving towards something meaningful instead of being pulled in every direction by everyone else's noise. Your focus determines your future. The difference between a person who dreams and a person who achieves is not luck. It's focus. It's the ability to wake up every day and direct your energy toward a purpose, even when it's hard, even when nobody's watching, even when the results aren't showing yet. Most people get distracted when they don't see instant progress. Lose momentum because it results instead of being in love with the process. But true winners understand that progress isn't loud and transformation isn't instant. It's silent, consistent focus that compounds over time. Think about a laser beam. It's just light, the same light that's all around you every day. But when it's focused, it becomes powerful enough to cut through steel. That's what your life becomes when you master focus. You stop scattering your energy and you start channeling it. You stop trying to do everything and you start doing the right things. You stop living in reaction and you start living with intention. That's how change happens. Not by doing more, but by focusing better. In this world, distractions are everywhere. Your phone, your social media, other people's opinions, they all compete for your attention. But you have to make a choice. Do you want to consume or do you want to create? Because you can't do both at the same time. Every moment you spend watching someone else's life is a moment you could be building your own. Every time you chase validation, you lose momentum toward your own growth. Focus is not about intensity for one day. It's about consistency every day. It's about choosing your purpose again, even when the world tries to pull you away. When you focus, your world gets smaller, but your results get bigger. You need to do everything. You start caring less about what others think. You realize that saying no is a form of power. Every no you say to distraction is a yes to your destiny. People might not understand at first. They'll say you're distant, you're obsessed, you're too focused. But remember, this obsession is the word used by the lazy to describe the dedicated. Every person who has ever achieved greatness had a period in their life when they went silent, when they tuned out the noise and gave everything they had to their mission. Your focus creates your identity. Whatever you focus on, you becomes, and you become a victim. Focus on possibilities and you become a creator. Focus on excuses and your life stays small. Focus on solutions and you expand. Your brain is a powerful machine. It will find evidence for whatever you feed it. Feed it fear, and it will prove you're not enough. Feed it discipline, and it will prove you can achieve anything. You get to decide what you feed it every day. Sometimes focus means letting go. You can't focus on your growth while holding on to your past. You can't focus on building the future while replaying your failures. Release and redirect. Letting go isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's choosing peace over chaos, direction over confusion. Every ounce of energy you waste on regret is energy stolen from creation. Stop feeding your pain. Start feeding your purpose. Focus also requires clarity. You can't hit a target you can't see. People are frustrated because they don't know what they really want. They chase everything and end up with nothing. You have to define your goals clearly. Write them down. Visualize them. Feel them. Birth to focus. And focus gives birth to results. The clearer you are about what you want, the faster you'll attract it into your life. The mind loves direction. Give it one. In 2025, you must learn to protect your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. You have to become ruthless about your priorities. Don't give your attention to everything that asks for it. Not every notification deserves your eyes. Not every invitation deserves your time. Not every opinion deserves your energy. Choose wisely, because every time you give your attention away, you give away your future. Focus means discipline. It means showing up when you don't feel like it. It means doing the work when no one is watching. It means saying no to comfort and yes to consistency. There will be days when your mind tells you to quit, but focus doesn't negotiate with feelings. Focus stays locked on the mission no matter what. And that's how breakthroughs happen, not through motivation. Focus-driven discipline. When you master focus, you start to see life differently. You realize that success isn't a mystery, it's a math equation. You focus, you execute, you adjust, you repeat. Over time, that focus becomes a force and moves you forward, even when the world is trying to hold you back. You stop wasting time on people who drain you. You stop chasing things that don't align with you. You start investing your energy only in what brings growth, peace, and fulfillment. That's power. You might lose some people along the way. That's okay. You're not supposed to take everyone with you. Some people are meant to be part of your story, not your destination. When your focus shifts, your circle changes. Don't fight it. Embrace it. Growth requires evolution, and evolution requires focus. The more focused you become, the more you attract people and opportunities that match your vibration. That's not luck. That's alignment. Every great transformation starts with focus. Focus on one thing, your health, your business, your mindset, and give it everything you've got. When that area grows, it spills into every other part of your life. Focus compounds. You'll begin to see momentum build, confidence rise, and results multiply. That's when you realize you're no longer chasing success, you're becoming it. So in this new year, remember, Your focus shapes your destiny. Guard it, protect it, and direct it toward what truly matters. Let the world make noise while you make progress. Your power doesn't come from doing everything. The right things with total commitment, total clarity, and total focus. Protect your energy because your energy is your life. Everything you are, everything you attract, you create begins with the energy you carry inside you. Most people think success is about time, money, or opportunity, but it's not. It's about energy. The people who rise, who lead, who create massive change, they all know how to manage their energy. They know what drains them and what fuels them. They understand that protecting their energy isn't selfish, it's survival. In 2025, the world will test your energy every single day. You'll be surrounded by distractions, negativity, fear, opinions, and noise. People will try to project their insecurities onto you. They'll doubt your plans, question your moves, and drain your spirit if you let them. That's why protecting your energy is not optional anymore. It's essential. You can't build a strong life with weak energy. You can't chase greatness while carrying everyone else's weight. You can't rise if you keep letting others pull you down. You have to learn the difference between helping people and hurting yourself. Pour from an empty cup. You can't give love, strength, or focus to the world if you keep giving your peace away to the wrong people. Protecting your energy means setting boundaries, not walls. Boundaries that say, this is my space, this is my focus, and this is my peace. You don't have to explain those boundaries. You don't need to justify them. You only need to live by them. Who truly care about your growth will respect them. The ones who don't were never meant to stay. Energy is everything. It's invisible, but it's contagious. Spend enough time around negativity and you'll start to absorb it. Spend enough time around possibility and you'll start to believe in it. Every conversation, every environment, every thought, they either add to your energy or drain it. You have to start paying attention to how you feel after being around certain people or doing certain things. If you walk away feeling small, heavy, or uninspired, that's a signal. If you walk away feeling alive, hopeful, and focused, that's another signal. Your emotions are feedback from your energy. Start listening to them. Your energy also means being intentional with your thoughts. Your mind is a magnet. If you constantly think about fear, lack, and limitation, you're attracting more of it. But if you focus on gratitude, purpose, and growth, you're aligning with abundance. You have to realize that not every thought deserves your attention. Most of your stress comes not from what's happening, but from how you think about what's happening. You can't control everything, but you can always control your energy. You can decide how you respond. Choose peace instead of reaction. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is step back, breathe, and not engage. Not every comment deserves a reply. Not every argument deserves your words. Not every situation deserves your presence. Protecting your energy is the art of knowing when to walk away. Silence is not weakness, it's wisdom. When you choose silence over conflict, you're not losing, you're preserving your peace. And peace is power. You have to understand that your energy is your vibration, and your vibration attracts your reality. If you're tired, bitter, angry, you're drained, you can't manifest abundance. You can't attract success from a low frequency. You have to recharge, you have to heal, you have to rest. The goal doesn't mean you destroy yourself in the process. True discipline includes rest. True strength includes recovery. Protecting your energy means knowing when to push and when to pause. People who are constantly chasing validation are always tired because their energy depends on approval. But when you start validating yourself, you become unstoppable. You no longer need likes, comments, or praise to keep moving. You move because your mission drives you, not because the world sees you. The moment you stop needing validation, you free up massive energy to invest in creation. You shift from trying to prove to simply becoming. There will be people who misunderstand your peace. They'll say you've changed, that you've become distant, that you're not the same. That's fine. Growth always looks like distance to those who refuse to move forward. Don't let guilt pull you back to what you've outgrown. Your energy sometimes means losing people you thought would be with you forever. But remember, you're not rejecting them, you're redirecting your focus. You're not choosing loneliness. Alignment, you can't protect your energy and please everyone at the same time. You have to decide what matters more, being liked or being aligned. When you stop chasing approval, you start attracting respect. People may not like your boundaries, but they'll learn to respect your presence because your energy will speak louder than your words. The more you honor your peace, the more powerful your presence becomes. Protecting your energy also means choosing your battles wisely. You don't have to attend every fight you're invited to. Some things are not worth your reaction. Every time you engage in drama, gossip, or negativity, you lower your vibration. You can't afford to let small things steal your focus from big goals. You have dreams to chase, habits to build, and a life to design. Don't let trivial energy block your divine energy. You are not responsible for everyone's happiness. You're responsible for your own alignment. You can love people and still say no. You can care deeply and still keep your distance. Protecting your energy doesn't mean you stop giving. It means you start giving from overflow, not emptiness. When you're full, your energy uplifts others effortlessly. When you're drained, your energy spreads exhaustion. You can't inspire the world if you're constantly depleted. When you learn to protect your energy, you start attracting peace, clarity, and purpose. The right people find you because they feel your balance. The right opportunities appear because your energy aligns with abundance, begins to flow instead of feeling forced. Everything starts to make sense because your energy is finally clear and directed. That's the secret most people miss. Your outer world mirrors your inner energy. Change your energy and your world will transform. Protecting your energy also means staying away from environments that don't match your growth. You can't stay in places that feed your old identity and expect to evolve. Some spaces were built for the old version of you, and you've outgrown them. It's okay to outgrow people, habits, and situations. It's not betrayal, it's evolution. Every time you level up, the world around you will test your boundaries, stay firm. Your peace is not negotiable. Protecting your energy is a lifelong practice. It's not about perfection, it's about awareness. It's about knowing what drains you and choosing differently. It's about saying, without guilt, taking breaks without shame, and walking away without regret. It's about being loyal to your peace above all else. The moment you make peace your priority, your entire life starts aligning. You become calmer. You stop reacting to chaos. You stop chasing what's not meant for you. You start trusting the process and feeling gratitude for every small step. You begin to understand that you are not meant to fight everything. Some things are meant to be released, not resisted. And when you let go of what drains you, you make space for what empowers you. In the end, your energy determines the quality of your life. Guard it like treasure. Don't trade it for approval, validation, or comfort. Protect your energy fiercely, because when your energy is strong, you become magnetic. You attract the right people, the right opportunities, and the right experiences. You don't chase anymore. You don't explain anymore. You create. You align. You don't fight for peace. You embody it. That's what protecting your energy is truly about, becoming so centered, so strong, and so grounded in who you are that nothing outside of you can disturb the power within you. There comes a moment when words are no longer enough, when you've said all you can say, when you've tried to convince, explain, defend, and prove, but nothing changes. That's when you realize the truth, or essentially results do. You can tell the world your plans, your dreams, your goals, but until they see it, they won't believe it. That's why in 2025, it's time to stop talking about what you're going to do and start showing them through your actions. The world doesn't need another promise. It needs proof. Every day you wake up, you have a choice. Talk about your potential or live it. And too many people waste their power by talking. They announce what they're building before it's built. They share their next move before it's even started. But when you truly want something, when it's burning inside you, you don't need to announce it. You don't need validation. You just need to get to work. Results will speak for you louder than any explanation ever could. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. The people who doubt you aren't waiting for your explanation. They're waiting for your failure. So stop feeding them your words and feed your dreams your discipline instead. Let your silence confuse them. Success educate them. When they wonder where you went, when they notice your absence, let your comeback be the answer. There is no argument stronger than achievement. There's no defense more powerful than progress. Every great achiever had a season of silence, a time when they disappeared, a time when they worked relentlessly, quietly, unseen. Because they understood that real results are born in private, not in public. The gym is empty before sunrise. The office is quiet after hours. The dream is shaped in solitude. While everyone else is talking about what they'll do, the few are doing it. The few are obsessed with execution. The few let results be their voice. You have to fall in love with doing the work without applause. Most of the time, nobody will notice your grind. Nobody will celebrate your small wins. Nobody will cheer for your discipline. But that's okay. People who need cheering are the ones who don't believe yet. You don't need motivation from the outside when you're on fire inside. You don't need an audience when you have a mission. Your consistency becomes your statement. When you stop explaining yourself, you start saving energy. You stop needing approval and start focusing on alignment. Explaining takes time. Execution creates transformation. And when you choose execution, your life starts to change. People might talk, people might guess, but you keep moving. You keep building. You keep proving yourself not with words, but with evidence. Results are undeniable. They silence doubt. They silence critics. They silence every voice that said you couldn't. The beauty of results is that no one can argue with them. You don't need to defend your worth when your work speaks for itself. You don't need to convince anyone when your results shout the truth. Every time you achieve something they said was impossible, you're rewriting the story they wrote about you. There's something powerful about quiet confidence. The kind that doesn't brag, doesn't post every move, doesn't announce every milestone. Kind of confidence that comes from knowing you're doing the work. You know who you are, you know what you're capable of, and you don't need the world's permission to prove it. Real power, the kind that doesn't shout but still shakes the room. When you let results speak, you take your ego out of the equation. You stop chasing recognition and start chasing mastery. You realize that greatness isn't about being seen, it's about being effective. The best don't waste time defending their greatness. They just show up and perform. They let their results speak because results never lie. Results don't care about opinions, they care about consistency. They don't care about promises, they care about effort. You want to impress people? Transform. Don't tell them what you're going to do. Show them what you've already done. Don't try to be noticed. Be undeniable. When you walk into a room, let your energy, your growth, your progress speak before your mouth does. Let your results walk in the door first. People may doubt your words, but they can't deny your results. This is where true freedom lies. When your confidence comes from what you've built, not from what people think. When your worth is rooted in your work, not in your reputation. Because reputation can fade, opinions can change, Results stay forever. Every time you achieve something real, it becomes part of your foundation. It becomes part of your story that nobody can rewrite. So the most powerful people are usually the quietest. They've got nothing to prove. Their results already told the story. You'll notice that the loudest ones are often the least consistent. They talk about what they'll do because they're not doing it. But the disciplined ones, the focused ones, the hungry ones, they're too busy executing to explain. They're too busy building a broadcast. While others are talking about dreams, they're turning them into blueprints. While others are chasing followers, they're chasing mastery. Your results are your reputation. Every day, your actions are speaking louder than your voice ever could. The way you show up, the way you follow through, the way you handle adversity, that's what defines you. You don't need to talk about being strong. You show strength in how you endure. You don't need to talk about being focused. Your consistency reveals it. You don't need to tell the world who you are. They'll figure it out when they see what you've built. There's peace in letting your results speak because you no longer waste energy on people who don't see your vision. You no longer chase attention from those who never supported you. You stop trying to convince and you start creating. And the more you create, the louder your results become. That's when you realize that silence wasn't weakness. It was preparation. Sometimes your results will come slowly. That's okay. Don't rush the process just to prove something. Let your success take its time. Let it mature. Let it build quietly in the background because when it's ready, it won't need an announcement. It will be obvious. The longer you build in silence, the more powerful your emergence will be. Remember, diamonds are formed under pressure, not attention. Your results are the echo of your habits. Every small action, every consistent decision, every quiet moment of effort adds up. Most people quit because they don't see instant results, but the ones who understand momentum keep going. They know that results are not magic. They're math. They're the outcome of repeated effort, day after day when no one's watching. That's why patience and persistence are as powerful as passion. Let your life become the loudest proof of what's possible. Let your transformation be the evidence. Let your success answer every doubt, every rumor, every criticism. Because one day, the same people who ignored you will quote you. The same ones who doubted you will study you. And the same ones who laughed at you will ask you how you did it. That's the power of letting results speak. You don't have to raise your voice when your work already echoes. You don't have to prove yourself when your progress proves everything. You don't have to remind anyone your worth when your results make it clear. So keep your head down, stay focused, keep building. Distracted by noise. The world will always talk, let them. When your time comes, your results will speak louder than any word, any doubt, any criticism ever could. ChatGPT can make mistakes. Important info.